Welcome, viewers. We are live from Humber North, and we're going to be continuing in our third and last day of the Humber Cup. And this matchup is a semifinals match, and we'll be including the York Lions, and we'll be taking on the Western Mustangs. Mo Khosrowshahi here to call the game alongside my broadcast partner, Mark Harrison. And Mark, a lot on the line here, being a semifinals matchup, and especially with Western, they are a back-to-back champion, so looking for a three-peat here.
Definitely, Mo, and this is also going to be a little prelude to the season, regular season, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know too much about the OUA, but both these teams are in the OUA league, so they can definitely face each other in regular season competition once the regular season kicks off in a few months.
And Western, they were 11-6 last year in the OUA, and York, they were 15-3. So two of the better teams in the OUA. And of course, Western, they're just coming off a win against the University of Toronto. They ended up sweeping that 3-0. And it'll be the Mustangs. They're going to be starting things off. They're in the white and gray jerseys. The York Lions, they're in the red and white jerseys. The championship Mustang team, they're going to get on the board first here. And of course, York's, they're coming off a loss to the Mohawk Mountaineers. Of course, they're already set to play in the semifinals then. The Lions going to respond with a kill of their own, so both teams now knotted up at 1.
That was Tyler Kuoch for the Lions there, Mo. Big left side. Getting established nice and early in this first set. Western came right back there with another left side of their own.
And that was Bryn Ramsey there, number 9. And now the Lions getting consecutive points here, so they're going to take the 1-point lead, 2-1. And of course, the other semifinals matchup will be coming between Georgian and Windsor. So the winner of this matchup will face the winner of that. What a dig there. That was number 12.
We can already see the level and speed of this game a little bit higher than we've seen for the rest of the games that we've broadcast this weekend. Both teams really coming out of the gate strong here.
Hamade, the all-star for the Mustangs, taking that serve. Great dig there. And a nice block. And the Lions, they're going to be rewarded with the point there.
Looks as though one of the Western players was on the net there, Mo, and that's why the call had been made for Point York.
But there was some confusion on the end of the Mustangs. I guess they didn't agree with that call there. But still, York with the 1-point lead.
York's really been running the middle a lot here early on. Nice to see them establishing that early.
And Tyler Kuoch, he's going to end up getting the service error there. And a substitution taking place. I believe that's Chris Newcomb, the all-star who's coming in for the Mustangs.
Keep an eye on Newcomb. He was really big in that game against Humber yesterday. And there we see him right off the bat, making an impact as soon as he gets in the game.
And contributing early on here, Chris Newcomb. And so Hamade serving for the Mustangs there, and they're going to say that one went out of bounds. Nope, they're going to say
it was a touch off the block.
So York ends up getting the point there. They're going to end up saving this one. They do. But ultimately, the Mustangs do get the point. But what a save there by number 12 for the Lions. That's Logan Ment. And we have stated all throughout this weekend it is an exhibition tournament. But this Western Mustang teams, you can tell just by the way they've been playing all throughout their games, they definitely want to repeat as champions. And they're going to
see it again.
Yep. So the Mustangs getting a block there, and they're up by 2 now. And here is Brandon Ramsey.
This isn't a warm-up set for either of these teams. Both teams look to be primed and ready to go head-to-head here early on.
And Ramsey, he's going to end up picking up a service error of his own, so now their lead is cut to 1. The Lions still trail 6-5. And Newcomb, that time he could not get the ball to go over the net, so his hit ends up going right into the net, and the game is now tied at 6.
Hooker, the setter for Western there, just tried to force it a bit too much. He was up and around the 3-meter line on the Western side. Just trying to force that middle from that position is really tough.
And of course, Matt Hooker, he is a player from Winnipeg. His brother is also on the team, Ben Hooker. That's his younger brother. And here's Edmond Cranshaw, the outside hitter. Oh, what a move there by Newcomb with that off-speed hit there.
And you'll notice today when we have some linesmen on the court, so we should see a little bit less disputes between coaches and referees on some of those line calls, with there now being linespeople, as this is a semifinal game.
Of course, that Georgian and Humber game, Coach Wayne Wilkins picked up a red card there. He was unhappy with the officials. And the Lions now, both teams going back and forth here. Lions with their 7th point.
Just to finish that thought on the Lions people, it's very important. Their job is not only to call the ball whether it's in or out, but they also look for touches off the block, which at this high of a level, it's very difficult for referees to catch them all the time, so they sometimes miss them. It's nice to just have another pair of eyes looking out for that.
And you see the linesman right there helping out on a close call there, and they're going to say that one was just out of bounds. And of course, in a semifinal matchup, it's paramount that everything just goes accordingly. You definitely don't want a wrong call to come and backfire against the team. And the Mustangs almost getting the block there, ends up going off a player's hand out of bounds, so the Lions now pick up the point. This is Spencer Oken-Nipper, number 5 for the York Lions. Heavy hit there by Ramsey. And they're going to say that one was also out of bounds. And here is the Winnipeg native, Matt Hooker.
Oh my.
Big kill there. That's Torre Wakesi.
He's been a big force for them in the front row, that middle, Nikwesi.
And the Mustangs are going to end up just hitting that one out of bounds. So a tie game here, 10-10.
Just trying to answer back with the middle of their own there. That's number 18, Evan Hammond. Just couldn't quite get around on the ball there. And there he gets it that time. Right back from them on back-to-back plays.
So Evan Hammond giving the Mustangs the 1-point lead.
Well, you can tell a team's confidence by how much they run the middle, and also it's a big testament to team chemistry. It takes a lot of trust in one another players to run the middle, because it is such a quick set, and timing has to be on, and everything about that. So if both these teams are running the middle a lot here early on, probably more than we've seen any other team in this tournament. Once again, we see there another middle run. So that's just a testament to how closely knit these teams are.
Great dig there by Matt Hooker, and it's Ramsey. The forceful hit there.
Actually, I believe that was Hammond, 18. Maybe I was wrong. But either way, both those players, Ramsey and Hammond, are both having big runs here in the middle stage of this first set.
So Hamade serving for the Mustangs. Big block there. That time it was Evan Hammond. And he's clearly getting the block there, and he's clearly getting it going now. Western up by 3. Timeout called. So Western is up by 3. It is 13-10. Great dig there. And Ramsey getting his shot blocked that time. Looks like Torre Wakesi was there, along with another York Lion player.
That was number 6, Amir Pocahano.
And it'll be Tyler Kuoch who's going to be serving for the Lions. Play there.
Beautiful run.
The Mustangs player, they were expecting Torrey to end up hitting that one.
All the block moved over there to take out the middle, but just left the right side wide open with a no block.
Great play there from the York Lions. Torrey was just way up there, and all the Mustangs players shifted over, and that ends up costing them. Cranshaw making that play there. A good response from the Mustangs as it's Evan Hammond.
And just a note on that previous York play, that's all the setter right there. And no, you know, as a setter myself, no one gives us any credit when we distribute the ball in such a way, but it's the setter's job to get hitters one-on-one and one-on-none blocks by distributing the ball, which both teams have showed they're very capable of early on here.
So the Mustangs, they also brought in Chris Newcomb into the game, and they could not come up with the dig there. Newcomb a bit frustrated with himself as he just mistimed his jump for that block. And Evan Hammond checking out for the Mustangs, and what a set for Evan Hammond so far. That time Torrey could not get the ball there. Ends up diving, but Western getting the point, so they're up by 2. And here's the 4th-year player, Ramsey. His 20 service aces led the team there. The Mustangs getting a block. And another one, and they're going to get that for a kill, and that's Edmond Cranshaw, the 3rd-year player. He had 109 kills all of last season, and he gets an important one there to push this Mustangs lead back to 3.
Well, we're going to see a late timeout call here by York University.
And so play resumes here. Ramsey set to take the serve. And Ramsey getting another service error.
And while there haven't been too many service aces this game, comparatively to other games that we have seen this weekend, that it is interesting to note that there seems to be a few more happening closer to the end of this first set, whereas we usually see service errors occurring earlier on in the game.
And the official having a word there with number 12, Logan Mend.
I didn't actually see what the confusion is on.
And the York coach also in the middle of it, so a bit of a commotion here. So it looks like we're good to go. And Cranshaw, he's going to end up serving for the Mustangs. What a dig there. And Cranshaw. He's going to end up hitting it. Lions keeping it
That was a
alive.
beautiful set out to the left side.
But the block, and Chris Newcomb, the all-star, continuing to step up and come up with those big plays for the Mustangs. And at that time, Cranshaw just having some trouble with the serve, so a service ace finally getting to C1 now. That was from number 1, Andrew Shotbolt, excuse me, the third-year player from Markham. And Shotbolt that time follows up his service ace with a service error. Saying Newcomb serve just went out of bounds there. Linesman all over that one. So 2 service errors in a row from both teams.
New York is within 1 point now, Mo. So it's looking like they're really making a push here to come from behind near the end of this first set.
And it's Spencer Dakin Cooper, the 5th-year player. Oh,
Hammond.
Nice block, yes.
There to shut the door. It's been the story of the middles this first set for both teams. The Western's middles, both Newcomb and Hammond, really making an impact, both offensively and defensively at the net.
And here's Matt Hooker. He led the team in assists last year with 547. And the Lions just having all sorts of trouble right now with their offense.
There it is. We see a wonderful distribution. Getting that one-on-one out there on the right side for the Western Mustangs. That's an easy kill.
And that was Ramsey who got the kill that time. And substitution for the York Lions. That is number 14, Andrew Tejo. Shotbolt, having some trouble. He's having some trouble, I should say, controlling that serve. And Cranshaw was looking to make the Lions pay for that mistake, but it ends up being a point for the Lions, so they're just down by 2 right now, 18-20. And Logan Menz with that serve.
Oh my goodness.
What a block. And that's from the fresh substitution. Andrew
Tahoe just came in and it was all him. The middle blocker was there to support, but he didn't get a hand on it. That was all Tahoe.
And once again, he was going for the block, though. It just goes out of bounds. But to get a block there and for it to go all the way to the other end of the court just goes to show you what a play that would have been. But Western getting the point. They're up by 2.
Oh, wonderful dig.
Wow, good dig there off
Matt
the block. And they're going to say the ball was deflected off a York Lion player, so the Mustangs get another point. And the 4th-year player, Hamade, now. Torre, that time, he ends up getting it, but Hamade.
Oh,
right off the serve.
Looks like we're on the soccer pitch out here.
And Cranshaw ends up with the save.
Oh my goodness. Wow. What a rally between these two teams here in the late stage of the first set.
So Cranshaw ends up saving it off his foot. And to be honest, Mark, I didn't even know that was legal. So
yes, any part of the body, so long as it's not a carry, with an open hand, you can hit off shoulder, anything, as long as the ball it's quickly released from that part of the body.
So what a heads-up play there. And Ramsey, he was looking for a kill of his own, but now the Lions right back in this one, just trailing by 1.
And it looks like the Mustangs are going to look to plead for a touch here, but
yeah, that was Matt Hooker.
I didn't see anything, and neither did either linesman, so I think that's an easy call for the referee to make.
Yep, and it looks like the referee just quickly shuts down any dispute that Matt Hooker may have had there. Ramsey does get it over. Looks like his shot may have been blocked there, but he does get the kill, and Chris Newcomb coming into the game. Amade, he's been doing a really good job at the service line for the Mustangs.
Wow.
And that is number 1, Andrew Shotbolt.
And that's set from York University. He was facing the back wall, managed to side set it all the way up to the left side. That's a lot of, it takes a lot of wrist strength in that situation, control, to be able to pull that off. But if you can pull it off, it's very advantageous as the block doesn't really know where you're going.
And here is Torre, the third-year player from Brampton, Ontario. Cranshaw, he gets his hit blocked. And I believe that was number 5 on the York Lions. That's Spencer Dakin. And Spencer Dakin, he gets up a kill. So the Lions now, they're tied this game 23-23. What an opening set here in the semifinal matchup between these two OUA teams.
Tahoe for the York Lions, getting it done.
What a job. Excuse me there, Mark. I was just going to say, what a job that Tahoe has done, contributing right off the bench. As soon as he subbed into the game, he's just been a factor for the Lions.
And all I was going to say is that quietly here, it looked as though Western was in control of this game and was going to take it away. But suddenly we see York with a 1-point advantage here late in the game. And it kind of came out of nowhere.
Of course, this is still a good Western Mustangs team. We have been saying they are back-to-back champions. They are playing without their tournament MVP of the Humber Cup, Mike Shoja. He's a recent graduate, so not with the team, but still, you can definitely tell this depth of the Mustangs team still carrying over year to year. So Jim Sage, in his 20th season, the coach of the Mustangs, having a word with his team. They're going to hope to tie this game up, and if they do so, it's going to end up being a win-by-2 situation.
You mentioned the depth of Western. That's what you get when you have a coach that's been there as long as they have. The Hawks, Lane Wilkins is a perfect example.
Yep.
They've been consistent for the last 20 years due to the fact that Wilkins has been at the helm of that team for that long. He can really establish and build a culture that lasts.
And of course, Wilkins in his 24th year. And Newcomb just getting right up there.
Going back to the middle. We've said that all game. Just that middle. Both teams are really trying to run that middle and go there more often than not. It's been very effective.
And from the games we've seen played by the Western Mustangs, it's always been Chris Newcomb that we seem to talk about the most. And a top break for Ramsey. He's getting another service error. So York just needs one more point, and they're going to take this opening set. Oh, and Tejo, he's just going to end up giving it right back with the service error. So both teams back-to-back service errors. 25-25. Cranshaw with the serve. Oh, what a block there. That's number 8, Hammond. He was doing a good job with his serves. Now showing off his game as he leaps up there and gets the block. So the champion Western Mustangs just need one more point and they're going to take this set. Cranshaw's serve just hits the top of the net. York keeping it alive. And the Mustangs, they're going to close this opening set off a block. What a play there. That was from number 3, I believe, Matt Hooker.
That's a tough loss for the York Lions, but when you lose a battle like that, you can do one of two things. You can either come out firing again and pick up right where you left off, or take a step back. Both teams, like, if you lose a game like that, it can be super heartbreaking. And so it's really, we'll see a testament to how the coaching staff can refocus the York Lion players here and get them back to the way they were, or just continue rolling and come out stronger than ever.
And so just going over some of the highlights here of an action-packed first set. We saw Evan Hammond there getting a point. What a performance he had for the Mustangs, and that was Ramsey getting a kill of his own. And that time Ramsey got his shot blocked. So the second set of the semifinal matchup about to get underway here. And Mark, here's your fellow British Columbia native Logan Mend. He's going to start things off with the serve.
Wonderful dig.
That was shot bolt there.
Oh, wow. Nice block. I think we got our answer to what I was talking about by the end of the first set there. Both teams coming out of the gate with a great first rally. Looking to be just where they left off last set.
Tyler Coach, he ended up getting his shot blocked, but of course did go out of bounds. So the Lions get the point there. Oh, nice play. What a dig. And flying in there, Andrew Tejo.
Jake Cameron, the libero for York, really making a great defensive effort early on here.
Cameron, of course.
Wow.
I was going to say, Cameron, of course, was entering his 5th year on this team, so one of the veteran players. And here's York. They're coming out this second.
And we see here the captain's going to be called over for York. There's a bit too much celebration going on in the York bench after that play.
And they're actually going to get carded there. And Mark, do you agree with that card?
Yes and no. You know, when the bench wants to have some fun, it's obviously not meant in bad taste, but I believe that would have been an unsportsmanlike conduct yellow card right there. But you know, it's something that you probably shouldn't do right on the court. You should probably do it behind the bench instead if you were to do something like that.
So that could have been the case there. We do see the benches. They do really get into it, celebrating, and I guess the officials, they have no problem with that, but of course you can't get too carried away here. And
you don't want to cross the line. That's the biggest thing. Else it just gets, like I said, unsportsmanlike. And both teams understand that celebrations are a key part of the game and keeping your team involved. But once again, just know where that line is and don't cross it.
And Matt Hooker with the serve. Oh, what a hit there. That's Cranshaw. And he's been coming up big for the Western Mustangs.
And Western's ability, they were really way out of system there. Bit of a scramble play on the right side. Able to just get a ball up high and someone go take a swing at it. That's really a testament to how, again, that teamwork that we were talking about in the first set, just how good they are. There it is.
Torrey McKissy.
The middle hasn't gone away in this second set early on. We're still seeing a lot of middle runs by both sides.
Looks like the York team doesn't have the tallest of players there in the middle, but definitely make it up with their leaping abilities.
That's correct. All the players can really sky on this team. If not sky, get there quick, right? Yep. Speed kills in volleyball. In most sports, speed kills. And so that's also a big factor.
And here's the most consistent server, I would say, for this Mustangs team. Amadi has not had a service error at all, so does not get one there.
Oh, beautiful set.
And you're gonna say it's York's point. I don't know. I'm not sure if Cranshaw ended up hitting that one actually. While
it looked like he kind of stuck his hand on the other side there through the net.
So a bit of a
take a hit.
Just a bit of a mental breakdown, I would say, there by Cranshaw, the third-year player. But he does end up giving a point, so the line's now up by 2, and that's some miscommunication there. And Cranshaw looked back at that one.
Yeah, back-to-back plays here where they kind of are a little lost looking on the court. They're communicating together and just figuring that out.
And you mentioned this before, Mark, in that set, the York Lions, they came back, and it looks like they're just going to continue carrying on with the momentum. Of course, Western's still leading this game 1-0 in terms of sets, and Cranshaw looked at that one. This time a teammate gets it, and Cranshaw gets the kill, so good job of redeeming himself there.
And they seem to have ironed out some of those communication issues on that play. The key with communication in sports, and especially volleyball, is it's about positive communication. You don't want to be, jawing at other guys on your team. You want to do it in a constructive criticism way. If you don't, the other teammates see that, and it hurts the team chemistry and the just overall feel of the game for that team.
Cranshaw, what a dig there, keeping this play alive. So the rally keeps going here. Now the Lord Lions, they're going to end this rally with a kill. And we always mention the importance of communication. We've been touting Cayman Wilkins, the third-year player for the Humber Hawks, how important he is to that team, and just strictly based off his communication, let alone his skills that he provides for this Hawks team. And here is Tayro. So the Mustangs get the point there. They just cut it down to 7-5. York still with the lead.
It's very difficult to become a great team, Mo, without having veteran leaders on your team. You see that every level of sports, championship teams and say the NBA, right? They'll go and get those veteran players, pay them a little bit less, just to have that presence on the team.
What a job there by Ramsey. It took a funny bounce off the top of the net, and that might have just thrown off the York Lions there, as neither shot pool or number 11, Tyler Kowoch, could get that one. So here's Ramsey. Has a couple of service aces and a couple of service errors, so we really don't know what you're going to get from him when he hits that service line. Coming up with a good dig there, though. And that one's just going to go out of bounds. And that was Hamade hitting it out. So here's Andrew Shotpool. And Shotpool going to have a service error of his own. And despite a few blunders by Cranshaw on this side, he's been very good throughout this game. See him come up with a good dig there, but the Mustangs just could not collect it any further, so the Lions getting another point. They're up by 2.
The Lions haven't been able to really pull away so far in this set. Still only a 2-point lead as we're nearing kind of the midway point of the game. Look to see either Western push back here and take the lead and maybe extend it, or for York to just really take hold and start to pull away here.
Oh, what a job. Hamade soaring up there. Lions keep it alive. What a dig there.
Oh, and what a run.
They're going to say that one, yeah, just stays in bounds. Both teams really playing hard there, though.
And that was Matt Hooker with an absolutely gorgeous set to Newcomb, I believe, in the middle. Just, again, that's that trust we talk about all the time, that they've played together for a few years. They know what each other's doing without even talking about it. And they can just put it up there and trust that that Newcomb's going to be there.
And this is Chris Newcomb. He's going to also be serving now. Men's, he's going to keep it in. Ramsey doing the same for the Mustangs. And that time, Ramsey just could not do anything about that one. Heavy hit there.
It's a great turn and burn, we call it, by the setter for York. Just goes up, looks like he's going to set the last second, gets that arm back and takes a swing.
And so just searching for the volleyball here, as we mentioned, that was a heavy hit. Ends up going right into the stands there. It looks like, yep, we're going to be good to go. So they get the ball right back onto the court. Ramsey. We're going to say that one also stayed in bounds. So now we see the Mustangs coming back. And Mark, you mentioned this in yesterday's broadcast. Volleyball is a game of runs, so here we see the Mustangs now having a run of their own.
And if they can continue this will put them in a good position. If they go on another 3 or 4 point run here, they'll be leading by 3 or 4 points. And that's big time. We see them another point here.
Yeah, so
tied up this game.
They're going to get a service ace there, and the Lions having all sorts of trouble right now.
And if this Western run continues, look to see a timeout by York, the York coach. Just again to just break it up, right? Instead of continuing the run, it's just a pause, can cool the player down, not really know what's going on. But we see a response there. Big tool off the block.
So the Lions now, they're take the lead, just a 1-point lead, of course. And coach, he's going to give a right back service error. That's one coming back to bite the Lions. So that service error is now going to be led to Hamade, the most consistent server. I spoke too soon there, though. He gets the error. A rarity for him, though. And we've seen that a few times in this game where one service error was led by another, so both teams not able to string together some runs. So we find ourselves in a 12-11 game. York with the lead. Oh, great dig there. Mustangs still able to run their offense.
Great pickup by Turi. The middle in the backcourt, who is usually the middles are taken out by the libero. In this case, that's number 8, Jade Cameron. But Turi making a great play there defensively to keep his team in the game.
And here he is, Torre. Good serve there.
Again.
And he comes up with a big dig off that good serve. Cranshaw, he gets blocked by Tejo, and they're going to end up still getting the kill. But good play there from both ends.
And Torrey made another defensive play there, but just couldn't quite pick it up on that last swing by the Mustangs.
So it's been the two Evans for this Mustangs team, Edmond Cranshaw and Evan Hammond. This is Evan Hammond with the serve. And I was going to say both those Evans, what a good job they've been doing in this second set. Ramsey. Good block there. Ramsey and Newcomb, they're in the middle of that, but the Lions look at the point. And Evan Hammond's going to come out the game. And Andrew Tejo, he has not stopped ever since he came into the game. He's just been one of the X factors. Oh, what a kill there, Andrew Shotbolt.
Couldn't quite handle the serve, the Mustangs could, and that's what you get if you put that ball that close to the net.
Yeah, but Andrew Shotbolt making them pay for it. So the Lions now up by 3. So York now with their run of their own. Newcomb got a shot blocked. Newcomb wanting the call there. He does get it. So a late call, but the Mustangs do get the point.
And once again, see the Mustangs forcing the middle, even though it's off the net, and it's working out for them.
So here's Ramsey, we were mentioning, he's been up and down with his serves. Interested to see how he'll do here. Good serve by Ramsey. Lions going to end up just hitting it into the net. So the York Lions just could not get the ball on the other end off that serve by Ramsey, and Ramsey set to take another serve. Oh, good dig.
Play continues.
Oh, another dig.
Another one.
Good job there by Ramsey. Ball in play. Ramsey's just going to have to hit it right over. So the Lions still have their offense going. And almost another dig there for the Mustangs, but their efforts could not come back.
And that's third time the charm for the York Lions. So keeping rallies alive until they can either get a point or the other team makes an error in that place. In that instance, it was just too much power from York University.
I was going to say the Mustangs' efforts could not come back and reward them there, but this time they are rewarded with a point. So 16-15, York with the lead. And we thought that first set was really entertaining, and this second set, nothing short of entertaining itself. Ramsey almost coming up with a dig, but just goes off his hands, sailing behind him, so York gets the point.
Sorry, Mo, the Lions lead now up to 2 with 17-15, so we're getting close to that 20-point marker, which, like we had said before, that's the key point of the game where you have to just take it to the next level. So it looks like York is gearing up and getting ready to make that leap.
So here's number 13, Andrew Jones. We have not seen him make an appearance so far, so he will be taking the serve for the Lions. Wow. And nothing the Lions can do about that one, as the back row there just looking around, and heavy hit there. Mustangs with their 16th point. And we're talking about a heavy hit. Here's one of the Mustangs' heavier hitters, Chris Newcomb. And they're going to say that one deflected off a Mustang player, so the Lions now get a point, and it's going to be 18-16 lead for them. And Cameron's coming to the game for Andrew Jones. What a job he's been doing, Tejo.
The York Lions just 1 point away from 20 points. Extending this lead to 3 now.
Oh, they're going to have to get this over, and they do. Good job there by Hooker and Ramsey, along with Cranshaw. But the Lions, they get that 20th point.
Kuoch not taking no for an answer. He comes back with a huge kill here to get the Lions to 20 points. And the bench is fired up for the Lions.
And they have every right to be in. A timeout called here. So the Lions coming out of the huddle first. And there you have your lineup with Shotbolt, Cameron, Tejo, and Torre is also in there along with Logan Mann, who's going to be taking the serve. And also Tyler Kuoch in the game for the Lions. Oh, good job there, right out the timeout, getting a block. So they're going to keep rallying around with their momentum here, 21-16. This is the biggest lead we've seen all game long, let alone in this set. Big block there, Mustangs ends up keeping it alive, but they just end up hitting it right out of bounds off their scramble play.
I just want to keep mentioning, like, number 2, Turi, he is just an absolute beast up at the net right now. He is touching everything and making it a lot easier for his defense in the backcourt to pick up those loose balls.
Both Torrey and Tahoe, they've been doing a tremendous job for the York Lions. So the Mustangs now, they really need to get something going here. They're trailing by 6 in the closing stages of this second set. See a bit of an interesting dynamic there from both benches, as you have some Western players plentiful warming up here still on the other end, while the York Lions, every single player is in the huddle there.
It can go either way. Both teams, you know, the Western Mustangs just trying to stay warm in case they get called into the match, but also for the Lions, everyone wants to be on the same page, right? So it goes both ways.
And the official is going to have a word with both Matt Hooker and Logan Mend, the two team captains.
I think it was probably just a comment on getting out of the timeouts just a bit quicker. They both were taking a bit too long there. They need to be on the court when the timer expires.
And of course, with a lot on the line in this game, both coaches just want to make sure that all their messages are being heard. Oh, what a job there by Cameron. Almost coming up with a dig, but unfortunately it just goes out of bounds for him. So Western now getting a point and cutting that lead to 5. And we've been mentioning him all game long, especially throughout this set, Torre. What a force he's been there in the middle. Oh, it looked like Logan Menme just pushed off his teammate there. They end up getting the point regardless.
And that's not an issue, Mo. You know, if you feel you have a better play on the ball, it's not an issue to push your teammate out of the way as long as they know. And sometimes it's hard to communicate, especially when you're on the move. So just a light tap, especially for the setter, just get that other player out of the way because you know you can make a better play on the ball.
And it looks like they're just fine as Tyler Croach and Logan.
There it is.
They look to be on the same page, and yep. So the Lions are going to even it up one apiece, and what a semifinal matchup we have going here. So the York Lions take this second set 25-17.
The first shot went up 15. The next two were at 25.
So here we go, set number 3 and a best of 5. And the Mustangs are going to be starting things off with Hooker, who's going to be serving. Of course, Hooker, a former member of the OUA all-rookie team. He's in his 4th year now, though. But still, what a career he has had with this Western team. And Torre, he's coming out just like he has all game long. Just
managed to not touch the roof there.
Heavy hit there. And Torre, he's just smashing that one down. So the Lions, they get on the board first again.
I feel like his play has just gotten better each set. He's been more consistent. They've gone to him more often. He seems like he's jumping higher almost in each set here.
And Logan Menz, he's going to hit it into the net, so service error for him. And here's Hamadi. He had a service error earlier in the game in that last set. Here's Ramsey. Torre, he ends up keeping that one alive still. And the Mustangs just could not keep that one in, but Torre, what a job he's been doing. Western now, they're going to tie this game 2-2. Here's Evan Hammond. And Hammond's serve ends up working out for him, hits the top of the net. And Mark, I have to ask you, if you're a server, do you do that intentionally, trying to hit the ball on top of the net?
You don't try and clip the net. What you want to aim for is below the antenna, above the top of the tape. So that's that zone where you're trying to. You don't want it too high because then it gives the team so much opportunity to adjust and account for it. If it's low enough, it's coming quick enough, and you don't have time, and it makes it very difficult for the opposing team to make a read on the ball.
Chapo, he gets his shot stuffed. So Western, here comes their run, up by 2. Big set here for both teams as they're knotted up at 1. That time Torrey gets his shot blocked.
Oh my.
Ramsey.
And he looks to be okay.
Yeah, leaping up there and ends up taking a big fall. So still, what a play for him. This pushes the Mustangs lead to 3 and a timeout called.
It looked like the York University coach is not too happy with the refereeing right now. Couldn't tell if that was directed at the referee or if it was directed at one of his players, but clearly not happy with what he's seeing in some aspect of this game.
So here we go.
That's the response we want out of the timeout right there. Establish the middle once again. Show them it's just a great clean kill.
Evan Hammond, he was the one who served it, and right off his serve, he just had trouble positioning himself there defensively. So could not get the dig there, and Evan Hammond's going to come out the game. Ramsey, he's been coming up big here for the Mustangs. What a third set he's been having here early on. And of course, Ramsey, one of the better servers on this team, also led the team in total attacks. Here come the Lions with their response. That's
Tahoe once again. We've seen him all throughout this entire game really be a difference maker for this Lions offense.
And especially with Torrey out the game for the Lions, look for Tahoe to step up even further. And both teams meet there in the middle. Lions, they end up getting the point. And Tahoe set to take the serve again. Cranshaw, what a job there. Keeps it in.
And that was just a late defensive read by the York Lions. Kind of feet stuck in the mud in that sense in the backcourt.
So Cranshaw with a perfect placement on that hit. Right on the edge of the line there. And Cranshaw just kind of followed up with another big play as he hits a service error.
We've seen the Western Mustangs miss quite a bit of serves this game. It's a little bit uncharacteristic of them not following the trends of the tournament. They've been a very good serving team this whole tournament. And they have been finding some difficulties with that today.
And of course, Western averages 1.31 service aces per set. And here's Shotbolt. Gets a service error of his own. So Chris Newcomb now just looking to make a clean serve. He does so. Jake Cameron, he's been having some trouble with these serves.
You see,
that was Shotbolt. We had to track that one down, yeah.
And in that situation, when you've tracked the ball that far, it's going out of bounds. It's not about getting it over the net. It's about getting it to the middle of the court so your other teammates can make a better play on the ball.
We've seen both teams, they do a good job with those scrambles, but just not that time as Shotbolt ends up hitting it right to the scores table. And some miscommunication there on the York Lions' behalf.
But they seem to tidy it up near the end.
Yep, right there, and that's when it matters. And Torrey, he's going to come right back into the game for Jade Cameron. And that's not the sight you want to see if you're a Mustangs fan, as Torrey has been a force to be reckoned with here. And that one just goes out of bounds. And Cameron, he's going to come right back to the game for Spencer Dakin. Here's Matt Hooker. And Hamade almost getting the dig there, actually.
And once again, keeping with the storyline of the first two sets, very close game. Only a 1 point game here in this third set. Oh, wonderful dig.
Fanshawe with a big hit, but Shotbolt gets the dig. And the Mustangs will be rewarded with a point. Logan Mendoza going on the other ends of the court there.
The effort was there for the Lions, just couldn't quite keep it in bounds.
There's Hamade, only one service error for him so far in this game. Oh, what a block there.
I believe that was Evan Hammond, number 18 for the Mustangs. And we've seen him do that a few times throughout this tournament. He comes up big when he needs to.
That's going to get the bench fired up, not only because the Mustangs pick up the kill, but they were able to stuff the shot of Andrew Tejo, and he's just been amazing there for the Lions.
Definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yep, so maybe a bit of a turning point here for the Mustangs. Here you see Tejo going again, and that's why I mentioned that play earlier was just really good for the Mustangs, as you see what Tejo is capable of. That time he leaps up and gets the kill.
You're not going to stop a player like Tejo, all the time.
Yep.
You're going to stop him once every few. It's about really just minimizing his impact on the game, because you're not going to shut a guy like that down entirely.
And they're going to say that one was out of bounds. It just goes out, but good communication on the end for the Western Mustangs. And here is Hammond. Cameron that time, no trouble controlling the serve. And here he is once again. Tejo does not matter what this Mustang team throws at him there. He just finds a way to get the kill no matter what. But still, York down by 2. And that's
almost got it there, just out of bounds.
That's just a tough break there for Newcomb. It looked to be a perfect stay there for the Mustangs just to get their offense going, but Newcomb, of course, just hitting it out.
We don't see that too often from Newcomb. He's a very consistent player, likes to keep the ball in bounds, but just couldn't quite corral at that time.
Of course, Newcomb had 102 kills last year. Oh, Newcomb almost getting a kill there, but Logan Menz with the dig. And another dig there with the Mustangs.
Well, a scramble play. Block. Just tagging the back line off that block.
Yep. The Mustangs, just good effort for them defensively, just could not go their way. So we have ourselves a tie game here in this second set. Excuse me, this third set. Newcomb.
Now you see it.
Yeah, that time Torre almost came up with a dig, but just a heavy shot there from Newcomb, and he's going to get the kill.
Much like the Lions Tahoe, Newcomb for the Mustangs is just, once again, a force to be reckoned with. You're not going to slow him down. You're not going to stop him, rather. You're just going to be able to slow him down if you can. And that's all that York University is trying to do.
And that was Ramsey with the serve. Tahoe. Mustangs ends up keeping it in play. Ramsey now, he's going to get the kill. As you saw, Jade Cameron along with Coach there.
Great run by Matt Hooker. Was a little off balance, managed to make the play to the right side, get his offense going.
Shot ball. Oh, what a dig there from Ramsey. Just goes out of bounds, though, so the Lions get the point. Still trailing by 1. Brim Ramsey almost coming up with a dig there. He was second on the team last year in digs with 102. Fanshawe, he gets his shot blocked. So the Lions, they're going to tie this game 15-15. What a game we're witnessing here. There's Tahoe. I was going to say a player made contact with the net there. I'm not too sure, but
it looked like it may have been an antenna call out of bounds. Yeah. I saw the motion for an out of bounds call.
So Matt Hooker, he's just going to have a quick word, and he's going to hope to clear anything up. So, yep, the Lions are going to get the point there on that antenna call, as you mentioned, Mark. So 16-15 for York. Cranshaw, he gets a shot blocked again. And the York Lions, they're doing a really good job of just shifting their middle players there. And a timeout called from Jim Sage. And you see Jim Sage having a word with Edmond Cranshaw. We've seen the York Lions, they've been making some really good adjustments towards Cranshaw's hits.
Both teams really dig in defensively when they're playing the back court. And you have to when they have such big hitters on both sides. You can't just, it's just about getting in the right position and hoping the ball gets hit to you, trusting your block to funnel the balls to you on the defensive end, and just sitting in there, strapping in. You're in for the ride, right?
And we're in for quite a ride here with this entertaining game. And both teams coming right out of the timeout. So the York Lions up 17-15. They're also set to take a serve with Andrew Tahoe. Oh, Newcomb just putting too much on it.
He struggled to hit to that side all set. He missed another one earlier on in the game.
There have been quite a turnaround there for Newcomb, as he was doing really well in the first 2 sets. Just it's not been going his way in this 3rd set, though. Oh, and that was, I believe, Hammond. Yes, it was. He almost came up with that dig, but the Lions, off that hit, they're going to get the kill. 19-15. Their lead is now up to 4.
And the refs are really letting a lot go as far as ball handling is concerned. I've seen quite a few questionable ones that could go either way on double contacts, a lot of spin on the ball come out of the game, or out of the hands rather. So it's nice to see. You don't want that to affect the game too much. Obviously, if it's really bad, you would like to see it called. But I think the refs are doing a good job. They're letting them play. And it's all about consistency. If you're not going to call it, don't call it for everyone. And if you're going to call it, then make sure you call it for everyone as well.
Of course, Ramsey, he led the team last year for the Mustangs in errors with 88.
And we're going to see a service error, a foot fault here by Tahoe.
Yeah, Tahoe.
He's getting dangerously close. Sorry,
yeah,
he's getting dangerously close to that line the last few serves. Yep. Just stepped over a bit there.
Now, does it just have to be your foot? It has to be before that line. And if you just jump past the line?
Yes,
okay?
If any part of your foot touches the line before you jump, but you can land in front of the line, no problem.
But definitely Tahoe has been close to the edge there. But still York getting a point, so they're up 20-16. Shot ball with the serve. Oh, good dig there that time by Cameron. But it does go out of bounds off his dig attempt. And that's just some miscommunication there from the York Lions.
The Lions have to be careful. They only have a 2-point lead here. I'd like to see them get this one back just to build some confidence.
And here's Chris Newcomb. We're talking about a player who probably needs some confidence here. And this 3rd set just has not been going his way.
And that is back-to-back aces by Newcomb. So here we are building that confidence in Newcomb from the service line.
So Newcomb looks to be playing like he did earlier in this game, and that's going to be some trouble for the York Lions. As Newcomb, we've been saying, he is the all-star for this Mustang team. And he's going to look to just continue getting it rolling here. And he might be getting another ace here as the Lions are having some trouble with it. Ends up getting it past the other end. And that is Edmond Cranshaw. That time his shot not blocked at all. Gets the big kill.
The Mustangs have tied this game up at 20. Now really anyone's game here with 5 points to go in this 3rd set.
And that's that mark that you've mentioned, Mark, all throughout the broadcast. This 20th benchmark, and both teams are at it right now. Chris Newcomb with the serve, and Newcomb, after we saw him get back-to-back service aces, that time just getting the service error, and he's going to come out the game for the Libero.
We have Andrew Jones coming in as a serving sub here for the York Lions. probably just to add more consistent serve, but also probably more defensive capability in the backcourt. Really looking to get a dig off this offensive set by the Western Mustangs.
Yeah, we saw Andrew Jones. He just checked in earlier in this game just to make a serve, and ended up checking right back out in the game. And Andrew Jones could not do anything about that one. And yet, as you see, Andrew Jones, another quick sub for him, so some strategy play there on the York coaching staff. As Jade Cameron, he's going to come right back into the game. And that time, Hooker may have just put too much onto that serve. It allowed the York Lions just to completely set up their offense there. So now the Lions, they're up by 22-21, the score currently. What a response there. So both these teams going back to back with their kills. So we find ourselves in a close race here in this third set, 22-22. And we're just gonna stop play here, as I believe, yeah, that's Tyler Coach, who just had to tie his shoes, and it looks like we're good to go. And Hamadi is gonna serve this to resume play. So the Lions are gonna get the point there. Torrey initially had his shot blocked. Jake Cameron, he was forced to actually fall down on the court just to make that save there off the serve. Ramsey, he's going to hit it off a Lions player who's trying to attempt a block, and Newcomb's going to come into the game for the Western Mustangs.
And look to see them go to Newcomb here, especially with it being a 23-all game. He's been a very consistent offensive player. After building some confidence back there at the service line, he'd be their go-to option in the front court.
Another close set, and the York Lions, they're one step closer to taking a 2-1 lead, 24-23. So here is Torrey, arguably the player of the game for the York Lions. And that arguably might be the player of the game for the Western Mustangs, Edmond Cranshaw.
We're going to see it go to extra points once again here in this game, as it's 24-all, must be win by 2.
And Cranshaw, who had 109 kills last year, picking up a big one there. So both teams, as you mentioned, Mark, now tied at 24-24. And almost some miscommunication there from the Mustangs. Ended up getting a dig, ended up saving that one, but nope. Just too much touches on the ball there, and Lions are going to get the point.
It was actually a lift call, which was questionable. I had seen a fist, but either way, the ball had gone out of bounds. So whether or not the call had been made, the York Lions would have got the point.
So game point for the York Lions, looking to take their second consecutive set in a row. Newcomb with the off-speed hit there. Newcomb with the block as well. And another one.
Great defense by the Lions here, really recycling the ball well.
And Mustangs with some defense on their own with Ramsey.
Oh, now they have to execute here.
Coming with the dig, and here we go.
And it's out of bounds.
Oh, the York Lions team, they were celebrating. They thought they won that set off the hit by Spencer Dakin, but as you mentioned, Mark, it was out of bounds, so 25-25. And Edmond Cranshaw, here he is, serving for the Western team. And Fanshawe, that's tough, especially at this stage in this part of the set.
Definitely. It's a costly error at this stage. You cannot have that happen, especially at this level, at this stage in the game.
And here's shot ball. He's going to look to capitalize even further, hoping to close this game out for York. I should not say close the game, I should say close the set, actually. So Ramsey gets a shot block, ends up still saving it, and it's Newcomb with the quick hit. But what a job there by Ramsey, as he had to quickly react after that hit. Just ended up saving it with his left hand, I believe, and Newcomb getting the kill.
Kind of a dunk over the net, a little swipe down.
And here's Chris Newcomb. Jay Cameron, he ends up, and that's just been tough for Jay Cameron, as might be a case of now this Western team targeting Cameron. He's having all sorts of trouble with the serves. That time it just goes over the net, and that allowed this Mustang team to get their offense going, and they get the kill. So they're up 27-26. Of course, just needing one more point to close this set out, and a timeout, of course, is called. So here we go. Chris Newcomb with the serve. The Lions, they're going to get a point of their own. Tyler Coach gets the kill. And Chris Newcomb, he's going to come out the game. And Spencer Dakin now, he's going to serve for the York University Lions. Ramsey too far out the net, so not too much trouble with that hit, and the Lions now getting the point. And
the argument here for the Mustangs is that the ball did not touch the block. The referee called that it did, but the Western Mustangs see it a different way. But the referee is ultimately going to stick with her decision, and we now see a timeout by the Mustangs.
Yeah, Jim Sage calling that timeout. Jim Sage also, he's having a word with both officials here. He has his hands up in the air like, what call was that? He's just all sorts of confusion from him. And yep, the officials are going to approach him, and they're going to discuss this one, as you see there. Jim Sage in an animated discussion.
And this set, while it's not a deciding set in the game, it very well could be, Mo. When you are so close the whole set, this set feels like it's been going on for ages. And it's so close, 1 point game. Really haven't seen a margin higher than 3 or 4 points of separation between the teams. If you lose this set, it can be a huge blow to your confidence and really just your whole mental state. And it's, so to win this set is really, in more cases than not, is like winning the game, because then you just ride that high all the way, and then you'll see probably a bigger margin of victory in this next set.
So of course, with the length of this set, both teams going through a physical toll, but as you mentioned, Mark, it's that mental toll that really takes a lot out of you. We actually saw that in the Humber Georgian game. Humber was up 2-0, and a couple of close sets didn't go their way, and they end up losing it. Georgian took 3 consecutive sets. So let's see how the Mustangs recover here. Ramsey is going to end up hitting it out of bounds. And Mustang players are going to want to dispute that call as well, but officials are going to rule that for a point for the York Lions. So they're going to take this set That's 2 sets in a row for York. 29-27, the final score in this third set. So both teams going to alternate sides here. And just a lot of highlights here in this third set. Great effort from both teams in this semifinal matchup.
Everyone's still refusing to throw it out. We are. I'm not throwing it out. It's not my responsibility. Championship run can be spoiled here, man. I hope you know if York wins, I'm gonna call it like it's a World Series, man. You gotta be animated. You gotta be like, oh, you gotta give me like, oh, yeah, you gotta do something like that.
Okay, let's do this.
So both teams heading onto the court for the fourth set, and potentially might be the final set if the York University Lions manage to win this one.
Don't count the Mustangs out yet, though. As we had mentioned, they are back-to-back defending champions of the Humber Cup. A very veteran team, very tight-knit group, so they are more than capable of coming back to force a fifth set.
And of course, the York Lions, they want to spoil that championship run. And we're gonna have a dig there, and that is Tauho. He's just been consistent all game long. As soon as he subbed into the game, he hasn't checked right out, and why would you when with the performance he's been having? And he's coming up with a block there. Soft touch there by Shotbolt. Shotbolt with the dig. Cameron going to try to track it down. Goes crashing into the stands. But still good hustle there by Jake Cameron, and a good dig there from Andrew Shotbolt. And we saw York, they always seem to get on the board first, and the Mustangs, they seem to always have a response for them early on.
It's still too early to tell if the Mustangs are back in this game, or if they're willing to fight for this game. It'll really be decided over the next sort of 10 points here.
And yep, the Mustangs are going to get a point there off the error. And it looked like that was on Torre. So here's Hooker now. And Hooker, just unfortunate for him, getting a service error. And we also saw this in the previous sets. Service error was followed by another service error by the opposing team. So let's see how they'll do there. As Tyler Coach, he's going to get a good serve right in. And he's also going to follow that up with a good dig. But the Mustangs are going to get the point out of bounds.
Just trying to pick off an open spot there on the Mustang side, but couldn't quite get it as the ball goes out of bounds.
And here's Edmond Cranshaw. And Mark, I would ask you, do you aim to hit it to a certain player, or do you aim to just to hit it into an open spot?
Well, no, you don't want to hit it to a player. You want to hit it to what we call the seam, which is the space in between two players. That causes a lot of confusion on the receiving side unless they know who's actually going there and whose ball that's going to be. But if you hit it right in between, then it could be either one's ball.
So now we're tied up at 3 apiece. And so both teams are going to head up to the officials and have a quick word. And Jim Sage, he's not happy with the officiating, seems as of late. Shot ball. Ends up getting the kill, and Jim Sage, he's not going to be happy about that one either, as his team now gives up the tie, I should say, actually. So still a 4-3 game for York. And a player was, it looks like that Mustangs bench, they were unhappy because Tahoe ended up on the other end of the court.
A backcourt violation, stepped over the line when he made a play on the ball there for York. So that means Western point.
And here is Chris Newcomb, he's coming to the game. Shot ball, he's going to go up strong with that one. You saw him, he gave a little off-speed hit. He had a little soft touch, but that time he's just going to smash it. So the Lions now with a 1-point lead. And Tahoe. Oh, Newcomb, he's going to get his shot blocked. Spencer Dakin, he's going to be the player who ends up with that block, and judging by the reaction of his teammates, what a big play that was.
If the Lions have figured out a way to kind of funnel Newcomb either to his out of bounds, where we had seen him make a lot of errors in this previous set, or to get blocked, this could be a very big momentum swing for the Lions.
Oh, and that's just a lucky bounce there for Tahoe.
He had a little bit of dance going there. He's feeling himself right now.
And with the way he's been playing, with the way he's been playing, hey, why not? Just seems to be everything going his way. And he's going to get that lucky bounce there. So 7-4 now, York. And that time, Tahoe, he could not get the dig there.
And I think we're going to see the play be overturned. The linesman had motioned that the ball was out of bounds, or may have hit the antenna, and York seemed to see it that way also. We're going to get a call here in just a moment.
Yep, the linesman now, he's going to approach the official, and we're going to just look to communicate and clear anything up.
Yeah, and we're going to see York win the point here, which was the right call in the end. The linesman clearly has a better view of that side of the court than the head official on this side.
So York gets their 8th point here. It's still, so the lead is, sorry, I should say 8-4, and timeout called. And this Lions team, they are fired up here. And this Mustangs team, you can just tell.
We're going to see the captain of the Mustangs still go over and talk to the referee here.
That's
still
Matt
disputing
Hooker,
that line, that out of bounds call made by the Lions official.
And as we mentioned, just the mental toll it takes when you lose a close set like that, it just seems to still be taking its toll on this Mustang team. Bit of a domino effect for them.
And you know, Mo, I don't really agree with the play of sending your captain over to discuss this with the referee. It's not going to change anything. The linesman clearly saw it, and the up ref agreed with him. There's really no point in arguing about it. It's better to just move on and start reestablishing and refocusing for the next possession. But we'll see here if they can come out of this timeout with a refocused attitude.
So Matt Hooker now leaves that conversation with the official and heads back to the huddle. Ramsey, that one's going to hit off Lions player. So Ramsey's going to get a kill there, and good sight to see if you are a Western Mustangs fan. As Western's just going to hope to build some momentum of their own here. Tahoe. Oh, that's tough there. As it was looked to be a set pass there from Western. It ends up going over the net, and the Lions, they were all over that one. Ended up being pretty much a pass there for Lions. Go ahead.
Those are the plays you live for is in the front row. You love to see the ball coming right over to your side so you can just go up and smack that thing right down.
Yep, and of course, the Mustangs team, they didn't have their defense set there. They weren't expecting that.
Here we go, another joust at the net.
Oh, yeah.
Shut down by the York Lions.
And Ramsey ends up hitting it out of bounds. So the Lions now up 6.
And this is a bit of what we saw. You know, the Lions won that close set last game, and I had mentioned that we might see them jump out to a much bigger lead than they had previously in the previous 3 sets.
They're going to have to track it down. Are they going to be able to? Yes.
How can they reset?
Bit of a scramble there, and yeah, just unfortunately they give up the point.
It's a super smart play by the Mustangs offense. They see that the guys haven't reset yet for the Lions, so they run a quick tempo offense to get the ball back on the Lions side quickly. When they're not set up, they don't know how to defend yet.
And here is Hamade. This is the player you want serving now for the Mustangs. Of course, if you are a Mustangs fan, he has been the most consistent server for them. Cameron getting that one. And they're going to end up coming up with a big block.
That was Matt Hooker getting that block there, along with, I believe it was Newcomb. Yeah, Newcomb's in the front row. So that was the two of them sealing that line there on the left side.
So Matt Hooker at 6'2", just still really getting up there, making it difficult for the York Lions. Good serve there by Hamade. They end up getting it right back. York having some trouble, and the player, he just ends up going on the other side of the court and made a play on it, so that's going to go cost the York Lions a point. Western now cutting it down to 3, so here comes a rally from the Mustangs. Hamade, let's see if he can follow it up a good serve with another. And you mentioned that, Mark. You don't necessarily need a service ace, just anything to get your offense started.
Make it tougher to run the offense for the opposing team, definitely.
Oh, that time does get the error there. And that's been tough for the Western Mustangs. It seems like anytime they get some momentum going their way, he just ends up giving it away with their serves.
In a contest this close, I would say the deciding factor, the only difference between these teams has been the serving. The Lions been much more consistent at the service line than the Mustangs.
And here's Andrew Jones. He's been pretty much like a designated server for the Lions. You see him come into the game quickly and then comes right out.
That's a pretty dump. Great timing on the execution on that dump by the setter for the Lions. You don't want to pull that out all the time, right? That's one you keep in the back of your hat, just for in your trick box, and you pull it out right when the team is not expecting it the most, and that's when it works the best.
And he did so there, catching the Mustangs off guard. So good opportune play there. I believe that was Logan Mend as well. Mustangs are going to get a point, but the Lions are disputing a call here.
It was both it looked like a double contact, but again, I had said in the previous set, consistency. They haven't been calling double hits all game. You're not going to see one now. And then she had called the ball down the other side when the Lions had thought the ball was up. Oh, and a red card has been awarded.
Wow. Are you surprised at that one?
Initially, I am, but I actually had forgotten it. They had been a yellow card awarded to the Lions earlier in the game.
Yep.
Now we see a red card awarded.
And both the coaches having words with each other.
Yeah. So much like yesterday in the Humber Hawks game, just for those of you who missed it, so what the red card means is that we're going to see a point awarded to the Mustangs along with the serve. So that will make it 13-9, I believe, for the York Lions still leading.
13-9 game, but this just could be the break that this Mustangs team need. And you see Jim Sage, he's talking to his bench, just hoping to get his team, just to regain their composure here. But what a game here in the semifinals. Definitely love it when both coaches get really into this game as well.
And both coaches aren't exactly happy with the calls that have been made, or lack thereof have not been made by the officials this match. Kind of just reaching a boiling point, if you may.
Yeah, we saw Wayne Wilkins. He got red carded in that Georgian game, so a bit of inconsistency, I guess, from the officials, but
I would say not. I would say it's been very consistent from the officials. It's just been, as a coach, you don't like to see a call against you no matter what it is.
No, I'm saying in this game, yes, I would say consistent, but it varies between the officials, it seems.
Definitely, and so that's what the first set's all about. The first set of each game is feeling out what you can get away with, what you can't, what the referee is, their style of officiating. Each referee is different, so it's about playing it by ear.
But it does make it tougher for teams. Not only do they have to adapt to several teams, it seems like now they have to adapt to the different officials. But still 13-11 Western. They're right in this one. Newcomb going to set it up for Ramsey, and Ramsey, he was just too far out and made it for an easy block there.
Tyler Kuoch there shutting that one down at the net.
And here's Logan Mend. He's going to be serving, the team captain. Oh, Cranshaw. What a good job there. Andrew Jones could not get the dig. It ends up going into the stands here. So we're going to have to retrieve that ball. So it looks to be in the makings of another close set between these two teams. Might go down to the wire again. 14-12. York with the lead. Mustangs with the serve. And Torre, he's just going to put an end to the Western Mustangs run.
That's what the Lions need to keep doing. Feed the middle. It's been working wonders for them this entire game. And then every once in a while, just shoot one out there to Tahoe on the left side and let them go to town on a one-on-one block.
So here's Coach having a good game thus far. Good serve there. And a good dig as well.
There we see it again,
And, yeah,
going back
Torre.
to the middle. If I was a setter for the Lions, I would not stop feeding him until they stop and until they can stop the middle.
So the Lions now up by 4, 16-12. Coach with the serve again. Has a good serve there as the ball hits the player in the back row.
Yeah, that's going to be a
Yep.
4 contact call there on the Mustangs. Good call by the officials.
And it was all led to from that serve, I should say, by Tyler Coach, and he's going to be serving it again. Ramsey, he gets his shot blocked there by Tahoe. And that time, Menz cannot keep it in play, so the Mustangs picking up a point.
We're going to see a substitution come into the game here for the Western Mustangs.
And it looks like that'll be Hamade. He's going to be checking out. Didn't quite get the number of who checked in there, but it is Zed Hamade. He's coming out. Cranshaw serve, a good one hit.
There we see Tahoe once again getting it done on the outside for the Lions.
So York now up 18-13. Andrew Jones is going to check out. And we've seen Andrew Jones, that seems to be his role, just some quick subs, play some defensive sets and some serves, and it's going to come out of the game. And here is Torre. Solid performance from him. Ramsey, what a hit there. Torre just could not come up with that dig. Tough play for him, especially coming off that serve.
The Mustangs need to take advantage of Torre not being in the front row for these next 3 rotations. If they can really run their middle offense through Newcomb and then just establish that middle ball when Torre is not in the front row, they can really make a comeback here. The lead is only 4 points.
And Torre is out the game now, so this could be the time for the Mustang players to capitalize. Spencer Dakin, he's not going to allow them to do just that.
It looks like you got maybe a little hand in the face.
Evan
One
Hammond.
of the Lions players. Probably just a follow through from that big swing by Spencer.
I was going to just say Evan Hammond coming out the game for the Mustangs. And another time
There
for
we
that
go.
serve.
Wow. Mustangs really making it difficult on themselves by not controlling these serve receives.
And those serves right now causing all sorts of trouble for the Mustangs as they see their deficit now to 6. York up 22-14.
This is definitely the widest margin we've seen in this entire game. A 6-point lead for York University.
Yep.
And they have now reached that 20-point plateau that we were talking about where they look to shift